Hello and welcome to another edition of Andy's Shed Live. This is, let's have a look. This is Series 16, episode number 24 for Sunday the 9th of February 2025. How the devil are you, everybody? Hope you are all well. Just making sure that the stream is actually running okay. Yeah, it seems to be okay tonight. And we've suddenly come on without any preamble tonight. Basically, because I've been busy and I didn't have time to switch the computer on before. But we're here now, so welcome aboard, as they say. I've been 3D printing today. I've been doing the little 3D printed railway models that I sell today because we've had an order for some out of the blue. Don't sell any for weeks, then you get a load all at once, it seems. So we've had an order for some of those today, and they are going. Right, I'm just having a little look at what's happening. Is the chat working? I'm not 100% certain the chat's working. Just bear with me a minute. I will let you know if it's working or not. Where are we? We don't want to use it. Don't really want to use the app. If you're watching YouTube on a browser, it's best not to use the app, because if you use the app, you'll get loads of adverts. So, watch it in a browser. When it says use the app, never use the app. And then you watch it in a browser, and then put an ad blocker on your browser. Oh yeah, we are on apparently.
GMG watches great car giveaway. To be in with a chance of winning this car, all you have to do is buy any watch over the
phone. I get the nonsense. Right, hang on. Right, there we go. Oh yeah, it is there. It is working. Just thought I'd make sure, because you never quite know with this thing. You never know what it's doing. That's the thing about it. You never can tell for certain what the old YouTube chat is up to. Right, waiting for people to start appearing. Looks like Dominic's with us. Evening, Dominic. He's first in tonight, by the looks of it. Hi Dominic, nice to see you. Who else we got? Oh, Fat Hobbit's here as well. Hi Fat Hobbit. YouTube's obviously pinged people to tell them I'm on. Yeah. I'm just sort of hanging around while people find the way here. Does anybody know anything about 3D printing? I've been 3D printing little bits for model railway kits this week. And I found different colours of filament. Same type of plastic, PLA, but different colours of filament print differently. You know, you have to tweak your printer settings. Some filaments are, you have to print them hotter than others. Even though it's the same filament, the only thing that's different about it is the colour. But it seems you have to print it at a different temperature. And I didn't know. I didn't know. I've had some failed prints, you see. And that we've been doing. I'll show you what I've been. One of the things I've been doing. One of the things I've been doing It's fake cast iron builder's plate things to go on stationary engines like that, you see. So the idea is you paint those. I tend to paint them black and then pick the lettering out in white. And they look like cast iron. They look for all the world like cast iron when they've been done. But I printed some in yellow filament and they didn't work. So I wondered if it was something to do with the filament being different colour. Dominic Stein went to Doncaster Model Railway exhibition, although someone shouted at me for taking a photo of their layout. Why? Why would they shout at you for taking a photo when the thing's on display at an exhibition? If they don't want people to see it, they shouldn't be at an exhibition, should they? I would complain to the organisers, Dominic. I would name the layout. In fact, name it. What layout was it? Name it. Name them and shame them. Miserable bastards. If you had a layout at Doncaster Model Railway exhibition at the racecourse, I assume it was at the racecourse again, today, and you didn't want a photograph taken of your layout, you're a miserable good-for-nothing bastard and you shouldn't be invited to a model railway exhibition. So, there. Up yours. There, I'll say it. I'm not scared. Yeah, name and shame. I used to go to that exhibition, but I've not been for years because it is not a patch on what it used to be. Not a patch on what it used to be. Now, the layout in question is Wolf Low, is it? Wolf Low in O gauge, apparently. So, if you own Wolf Low model railway, you are a miserable git. Go away. If you own Wolf Low, go away. You are not allowed to watch this stream. You are such a miserable bastard for not letting people take photographs. Go away. You are banished from this stream. Go now. That should sort them out, Dominic. Oh, Keith's here. Hello, Keith. You'll be wondering what's going on. You have to watch that last bit back. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, that railway exhibition at Doncaster, Festival of British Railway Modelling or whatever. One, it's only British outline layouts now, so there's no continental stuff, there's no US stuff, so to me that makes it a bit boring. And two, there's nowhere near as many layouts and things there as there used to be. It used to be a 2-day job to look around it, and now, last time I went, I think I was there less than 2 hours. So yeah, it's nowhere near as good as it used to be. I don't bother with it anymore. Yeah. Keith says, sorry to hear about that rude man, Dominic. How do you know it was a man though, Keith? It might have been a woman. It could have been a woman. You never know. Or it could have been a man dressed as a woman in the world of model railways. Dominic says, there was a brilliant double O layout of the Blackpool trams in the early 2000s. Had it got illuminated ones on it, Dominic? If it got illuminated ones on, what's the guy's name? But he does come from Blackpool, and he used to make kits. He used to make tram kits, and that. I just can't remember the fella's name. If it's the same one. Fat Hobbit said, I will personally boycott that man. Yeah, boycott the Model Railway exhibition. All right to the organisers of the Festival of British Railway Modelling, and say because their exhibitors are such miserable bastards, you're not going next year. All right to them, tell them that. Because it's not cheap to get in either, is it? It's not cheap to get in. There'll be better exhibitions somewhere. There'll be way better ones. Dominic says no models of the purple trams. Yeah, that's got the crap. And there is a model actually produced of them. There is a, I think it's a ready-to-run model that's actually produced of those, but nobody seems to want to buy it for some reason. Can't think why. Yeah. But, still no news from Blackpool, by the way, on what's going on. Nobody's told us anything. Yeah. Well, I'll keep my ear to the ground. As soon as I know something, you will know. But yeah, there is a good model of Blackpool tramway. I have seen it. It's got illuminated trams and things on it. I just can't remember the guy's name. It's been around for years. And there's another one of the Thornton Gate area in N gauge, and that's quite clever as well, because everything has to be scratch built for that, and that one's quite clever. But yeah, there's all sorts out there. I mean, when I used to do the modelling of the Blackpool tramway and that, you were limited as to what you could do, because of what rolling stock you could buy. But now with 3D printing and that, the sky should theoretically be the limit. But the problem is, things like Blackpool balloons and rail coasters and that are such a complicated curved shape that to actually model it for 3D printing is very difficult to model them, because everything's a compound curve on them, and yeah, they're really difficult shape to model. Yeah, really difficult shape to do. That's on top chat, and it should be on live chat. Live. Oh, it is on live chat, right? Yeah. Cool. Dominic says, I've heard of Corgi models being motorised. Yeah, but they're not worth motorising because they're not very good, those Corgi models. Yeah, they're not right. They're in no way right. I can remember them coming out. The Corgi models. I had one of the first ones, one of the first balloons that came out. And when I got it, I was so disappointed in it that all the things that were wrong with it, I painted them bright orange and I presented it back to Corgi on their roadshow stand that they used to have, and went, right, here are all the bits you need to alter, get on with it. Which they never did, but they're too narrow and they're just not the right shape at all. You used to be able to, for the balloons, you used to be able to get a kit from a company called Hatfields. It was a plastic kit, and that was about the best model of a Blackpool balloon I've ever seen. That was in proportion and correct. That was, and that's what I used to use. They used to do a Blackpool balloon. They used to do a Blackpool Martin Vanback. They used to do a standard and the dreadnought. Yeah. Yeah, but I didn't use the Corgi ones because they just weren't very good. Yeah, but used all the others and stuff. And a guy who got in touch with me in my time at Cryge, actually a fella called Len Squant, and I think he's dead now. He used to have a model of the illuminations inside a television set, called it Blackpool in the Box, and he had produced, because you couldn't get it, he had produced a limited edition in white metal of the Coronation trams. And I think I bought about 2 or 3 off him. And I've got one half built and the others aren't built, but but yeah, they were white metal Coronations. Not the easiest thing to build, white metal kits, particularly not those ones, because they tend to get a bit bent and warped, and you You have to be really careful with them. and they're incredibly heavy as well. You have to put 2 motor bogies under them and things. But I will get them finished one day, because they will make nice models. Nobody else has done the Coronation as far as I'm aware, and it is quite a chunky tram, because the Coronation was built to the absolute maximums of the loading gauge. So it was built to maximum width and maximum length and everything. In fact, a Coronation should theoretically work at the platforms. To get a Coronation in service, they won't need to put wide doors on it. It'll run up to the platforms of Coronation, I reckon. Much like a Centenary would, although they never admitted that. Yeah, the Centenary cars could have carried on in service, because they would have been the correct width for the platforms, the Centenaries. But they didn't admit that, did they? Because they wanted to buy this new purple rubbish from wherever they got it from. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot they don't tell you about the Blackpool Tramway. There's a lot they don't tell you. But yeah, well, I'm glad that model's still about, because some work went into that model. That'll probably be about the only thing they're worth seeing. That railway exhibition is down to its normal standards, because it's not the greatest, shall we say. Yeah, I've not got any of them. I've not got any of the models or any of those here, I don't think. For those. The only thing I've got here that's a bit like that is, I've got something I was working on here. This is a modern 009 coach. See there. You see, and it's not a million miles removed from what a Blackpool tram would be. So you could theoretically make a Blackpool tram, but the trouble is the bloody curved ends, because they're such a weird shape at the ends. And yeah, if you try and make a model, you get in a 3D CAD thing and try and make a model of the end of a balloon car, and you'll see what I mean about them being a weird shape. Dominic says, that's clever, having a model in a TV set. Yeah, it's been done a few times, Dominic. It's been, I mean, it won't work now, because it's all flat screen tellies, aren't they? But when you used to get your tellies in what was effectively a wooden box, you know, in the 80s and that, you know, you often found them with the telly bit took out, with the tube took out, and then just the box with the model in. Yeah, I saw years ago, I saw a little N-gauge railway in it. And my friend Alan has got a TT gauge end-to-end model in a picture frame. It's phenomenal, because TT gauge is tiny. It's tiny. It's so small you can almost not see it. And, and he's got a picture hung on the wall that is just 3D enough to have a bit of TT gauge track on top of a viaduct. It's a picture of a viaduct, and on the top of this viaduct, it just sticks out enough, this viaduct, out of the picture frame to have a little TT gauge train that runs backwards and forwards on it, and it's hung on the wall. It's a picture hung on the wall, and this train moves in the picture. It's really clever. Really clever. I must take a bit of video of it one day and show you, because it's absolutely brilliant. I think his missus bought it him for his birthday one year or something. But yeah, it's a brilliantly clever thing. Yeah, yeah, it is. It's really good. But it's so small that if you see TT gauge, I don't know how the hell they make it, because it's it's so unbelievably tiny. Yeah, you could almost inhale the trains. You could easily stick a carriage up your nostril. it's 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 so small. It's unreal. Yeah. Really, really tiny. You can't do anything with it. If one of them ever breaks down or something, that's it. You just chuck it away, because you can't take it apart and mend it. You'd have to do it under a microscope or something. I've got no idea how they make them. No idea at all how they make them. They are so small. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, these are effectively on N-gauge track. They're 009 models, these, so they're 4mm scale on N-gauge sort of size track. And these are just the chassis for them. One of the kits is here that I do. This one is a tanker. It's a tank wagon, that one. That we do. I don't know if I can show you them or not. I'll see if I can show you. Director, right, where is it? Right. So yeah, right. Yeah, here's some of the models that we wait a minute, I forgot how you really control this now. Hang on. Bum. Let me see if I can figure it out. Settings. Hotkeys. Yeah, right, there we go. So here's, I've done it now. Here's one of the little mods I make. This is a narrow gauge brake van that we do, and there's the kit of it, complete with the purple couplers that are my own design, which are chopper couplers. A little bit overscale they are really, but you have to make them that big to make them work, because there's certain things that don't scale down well, and couplers are one of them. But prototypical couplers for narrow gauge, chopper couplers, and there they are that come with that. This is the kit version of a goods van, a wooden goods van. And you can see that I've used the yellow filament there that I've been having a bit of trouble with, or gold. They actually call it gold filament, but in reality it's a kind of metallic yellowy sort of colour, and that. But it did print that okay. Oh, there's the van again. That's an unpainted version of the brake van. And there's a little 3-plank wagon showing the chopper couplers. And there, painted up, is the tank wagon, which is the thing that I've got in this bag. In this kit that I've got, yeah. And there it is in pieces. They're all bits for it. And there's the 3-plank wagon when it's painted up. Another version of the van. There. And back to the brake van again. Now, how do I now get out of that? Do I have to set a silly key for it? Hang on a minute, I can't get out of that now. Where are we? Right, can I now get out of it? I can't get out of it. How the hell do you get out of there? And stuck. I can't get the cameras back. Oh, that's it. That's how you do it. I'm back now, thankfully. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you get back, it seems. Oh, hello. What have I done now? That's it. I'm back. Sorry, I had a bit of finger trouble there. Bit of problem pressing the buttons. Oh, Gambo's with us. Hi there, Gambo. Dominic says, I'm tempted to get the Get the TTHST train set. I wouldn't if I were you, Dominic. They are incredibly fiddly. Incredibly fiddly. And you can't see them. You know, yeah. Yeah, it's too small. It really is too small to do anything with. Dominic says, do you have any clocks made by Smiths? I got a Smiths clock recently. Yes, Dominic. Have I got one here? No, those two aren't. That one up there that often ticks isn't. But yeah, I do have quite a lot made by Smiths. You want the ones with the pendulum, really. Later ones don't have a pendulum; they have a balance wheel. But you want the pendulum one. So is it a mantle clock with a pendulum in it that you've got, Dominic, or is it something like an alarm clock or something like that? Yeah, I've got the pendulum ones. Yeah. And they're pretty good, the pendulum ones. But yeah, they were a big manufacturer, Smiths. They were about the biggest manufacturer in the UK of clocks for many years. Generally made in Enfield, I believe, most of them. Oh, I have got a Smiths thing. This timer is a Smiths thing. This telephone timer that I've got. That I've shown before. This is the Smiths. If I can get it under a camera. Yeah, this thing is a Smiths. So what you do, you start at 0 and then you sort of have it like that at 0 and then it starts ticking and it starts to go up in time. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that gradually? Gradually getting there. Trying to bring it in a bit in the but I don't quite know how you read it. And then when you finish your phone call, you do that, and that stops it ticking then until you go on the phone again, and then you can sort of carry on. What's clever is you don't wind it up, because the act of putting that back to 0 like that, I think that actually winds it up. So yeah, that is a Smiths mechanism. You see, it says, I don't know if you can read it or not, but it says Smiths underneath there. Smiths, made in England, I think it says. But yeah, that's a Smiths thing. So I had got a Smiths thing here, although not really technically a clock, but it was a Smiths thing. Yeah. Dominic says it's a dark room timer clock with glowing hands. Ooh, I think it's quite a late one, as it says made in West Germany. Yeah, could be, yeah, could be a late one. You know, importing them from Germany and sticking the Smiths badge on them, like rally bicycles are now made in China or something, and they just stick a thing on it that says rally. Yeah, yeah, could be something like that. Should be all right though. Does it keep time? That's the important bit, isn't it? Yeah, does it keep time? But yeah. Anyhow, there you have it. That's all what's been going on this week. It's not been a very interesting week actually. It's been a bit of a nothing week really, as far as all this sort of stuff is concerned. So yeah, there's no news or anything to report. It's like I say, it's been a bit on the rubbishy side this week. So not really been much going on. Other than, as I say, doing a bit of 3D printing. Right, there you go. So that is that. Yeah, I don't know what to move that this time, but I don't know where to put it really. So yeah, if you ordered this, this tanker, it is on its way to you. Even as I speak, it will be wending its way straight after the show. Cool. Right, that is about that, I do believe. Yeah, I think we're going to call it a short one tonight and probably call it a day quite early because my voice is giving out, if I'm honest with you. Still not entirely got over what I had the other week, and yeah, it's just an effort to speak at the moment. Well, we're getting there, we're getting through it somehow. But yeah, there's no news to report. I've still got this horseshoe phone that doesn't work. I've still not had a chance to look into it. I just don't have time to do anything. But I've still got this that doesn't work. If you know anything about these, get in touch. Because that one doesn't work. It's the shiniest one I've got, and of course, because it's shiny and looks in good nick, it don't work, because they never do when they're shiny and look in good nick, and stuff. So yeah, but I need more space. If anybody can figure out a way of making more space, please let me know. Yeah. Right, I think that is probably about as far as we're going to go for today, because like I say, my voice is about to give out, but we will be back. I think there is a show next week. I have to think now about when there's one or when there isn't one. Yeah, I think there's one next week. There is going to be a week that we're missing at some point, but I don't think it's next week. I think it's a couple of weeks away yet, 2 or 3 weeks away. So yeah, but that was just a short show today, just to basically register that we are here. Remember, if you like what we do here, you can buy me a coffee, because we've left Patreon, and you can buy me a coffee. It's here, buymeacoffee.com/Andy's Shed. That's where you go to do that. Let me see what he's doing. So yeah, that's what you do that. Yeah, sorry, I'm having trouble with the switcher tonight. It's doing weird things. But yeah, buymeacoffee.com/Andy's Shed. It's down there as well. Donut says, hope you're better soon. I've just remembered I'll send email about the green 746. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten all about that as well. Yeah, drop us a line, Dominic. Yeah, drop us a line and we'll sort something out. Okie dokie, right. I better go and have my lemsip or whatever. I will see you back here next week around about 7 PM for another Andy Shed Live. But from me, for now, have a fantastic week ahead, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.